Oh. Hey everyone. So it's nearly springtime, and I like to forge ahead. Excuse me. So I was doing a little spring cleaning, and when I was doing a little spring cleaning, I found some of my old notes. And there's some other stuff that I ripped up, which gets to talk more about astrology, but today we're going to talk more about Rocket League. And specifically, we're going to talk about the gameplay with a couple of the notes that I found, and we're going to go over just some information that you guys need to be aware of. So when you're playing Rocket League, I don't even know what this word is. What did I write down? Kinesthetic? K-I-N-E static. Kinesthetic? There we go. Okay, so yeah. Here, let's have Google help me out here.
Kinesthetic.
Okay, so kinesthetic is relating to a person's awareness of the position and movement of the parts of the body by means of sensory organs in the muscles and joints. Okay, so that's kind of vague, but essentially when I talk about watching that energy flow, there's a part of that kinesthetics that take into play. So, you could look at the visuals, you can look at the auditorial, you can look into the written. Even someone's comments can give you a good indication of what's going through their mind. Okay, so we're going to talk about some silly but effective ways that you can warm up. And then we're going to talk about some practical ways that you can warm up. So the silly ways are wash your hands under warm water because, your fingers are probably not getting that blood flow, which is, going to mess up your gameplay. Crack your knuckles, if you are feeling stiff, crack your knuckles. Or even shake your hands out until they, get numb. I don't know if you guys ever shaken your hands a lot and then, like, all the blood kind of gets into them. So, you want to warm up your hands. Another good one is to reset your internet. I know it seems foolish. I can't tell you how many times I have to do this in my life. I just did it even today. I had to reset my internet. Takes a minute, guys. So just go through the process. It is going to make your day. It's as simple as like brushing your teeth. It's just something that you have to do. You don't need to do it too often, just like me. I don't brush my teeth every day, maybe like once a day. So stupid. That's gross. I don't have a girl. That's probably the reason why. But it's something that you can do is reset your internet. Keep it as a high priority because you don't understand that sometimes your internet connection is what's messing you up, not you. And let's see, what do we got? What did I write down? Check your tires sometimes. They move slow and their settings are broken. Okay, so that one's a really far-fetched one. But I swear on this that this trick has worked sometimes. And oh, my controller is dead here. Yes, I had to turn on my controller. Come on. Hello. Come on, controller. There you go. Okay, so I had to go into settings and I literally just do this. And for some reason, I feel like that allows me to just stay fresh. And I don't know why. It's maybe it's like praying to the Rocket League gods, like give me good steering, please. But whatever is what gets you out of your funk, I think you should seek it because there's no reason why you shouldn't be the best version of yourself. And if you can figure out where you're going wrong, even in the silly things, you're going to be a lot better. Okay, so let's talk about the practical things that you can do to warm up, and we could do all of the other workshop content, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to go into training because that's the easiest and basic. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to judge your own flying abilities, because when you get to, okay, there's a piece of hair on my mic, and it was tickling my face. Okay, so so the first thing you got to do is fly around, make sure that you are feeling warmed up. So if you can fly around and you give yourself like a good 3 seconds of trying to figure out if you're feeling it, you'll know based off of your own prior experience how you're doing. And like, let's say you fly around and you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't keep my car upright. Like, then you need to spend just 5 minutes doing that, like a game worthy, and it would be better for you to do that than to jump into competitive straight away and lose. I do this time and time again. I get on and I want to play competitively immediately. And that is a huge no-no. When you feel that in yourself, realize that those are just passionate emotions. You're excited. You're feeling it. All right? But come down a notch, because you're going to get yourself into trouble if you are overly excited about things. Okay, so some other things you can do to check your acuity to see if you're warmed up is, pinch plays. Look at that. It was a pinch, but did it go did it go as what I intended? No. So, try to figure out what's going on. Okay, a little excited, So, it's something that you can tell, see, I'm still not quite there. My pinches are feeling average, right? And it's not to where I want it. That was a little better, right? So, yeah, I missed that one. See how I'm eager. I'm feeling eager, which is great. It's great for passion, but if I'm gonna be completely honest, you gotta slow yourself down a little bit, right? That was a good one. I'll take that. Okay. That was interesting. I'll take that. You have to see what kind of effect you would bring to the table. Not every pinch needs to go into the net. That was a lot better. You see how it came off the wall almost immediately. That was good. Okay, so let's see. We got flip resets. Now that's a little bit more advanced. I don't really mess around with flip resets. They feel like once in a blue moon for me, because after all, my specialties are kind of mirroring people. I think that's a more effective move, which feels like the opposite. That's more of a Cancerian energy, is the mirroring, right? But Capricorn is more of like the moves. So, that's always a good thing to pay attention to. Okay, so you also can do double touches. Double touches are that, except make the goal. And the reason why you want to do double touches is because it's a good way to manage having someone in the net. Because if you take a shot right at the goalie's just going to block it. So you don't want to do that. You want to try to work on your double touches, which I'm not very good at, apparently. Okay, well, that's still not... I don't even know if I can hit this above the... Okay, well, you get my point. Okay, and then the last one you want to do is just carry on top of the car, because when you carry on top of the car, you can work with it a lot better. I don't think that learning to hold the ball, like if you go into the drill, there's like this one version that allows you to consistently keep the ball on. It's like the dribble challenge. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, keep the ball on top of the car as much as you can. Does that work? Yes, right? You need to practice that. If that's something you haven't done, you need to practice it, because the ball on top of the car is best, right? It gives you a lot of control, right? But is it the best? Not really. Like there's so many other ways. I mean, like, you're not gonna have flashy goals, right? It's not like you're gonna be driving around here with with a musty flick. You're gonna look weak, and people will judge you for it. But ignore the haters, because they're the ones having an emotional reaction to you just easily scoring goals on them, because there's so many different ways to play Rocket League, right? It's like and the higher you go in rank, the more specialized people are in their particular field, if that makes sense. So, like, if you're really good at flip resets, sure, it may get you far, but someone who has practiced mirroring capabilities could progress a lot further, right? Because they're playing defensively, they're not risking their position, they're not flying in the air, wasting all their boost. They're keeping their moves more hidden, right? Because, if you're needing to flip reset, what are you doing? You're coming here and grabbing boost. Big no-no, right? Because if you grab boost, someone's going to pay attention to all that boost grabbing you're doing, and they're going to know what's going to happen, because you're being intentful with your actions, right? So, like, at least that's how I feel. So, but again, I'm wrong in other areas too, because a flip reset could destroy a goalie anytime. Like, it's remarkable to see the actions that happen, but that isn't the end goal, in my opinion. Okay, so moving on from warm-up styles, and you're never going to hear this again, so just remember that, and I'm going to rip up these notes so you never have to frickin' listen to me talking about that again. So stupid. And we're going to move on to gameplay. Okay, so you've got the visuals of what's going on. You've got the play styles that you can look at, and we'll try to compare this to Astrology a little bit. Why not? And we've also got the auditorial. Okay, so let's start with auditorial, because that one's pretty easy. You have to listen to the game. Okay. So let's say I'm getting on Rocket League, and I know I'm going to offend some people with this, right? But I used to get on Rocket League a lot, and I would listen to music. And music is wonderful, because it's going to set my pace, right? If I'm listening to music, I'm jamming, right? But what I don't understand is, subconsciously, I'm pairing my actions to the music. I'm dancing. That's what I'm doing. I'm dancing. So focus on the auditorials. Try not to get in the habit of letting your factors influence you, because let's say you're listening some aggressive music and you're feeling that and you're feeling it. Well, that's going to reflect in your gameplay. So you just need to be careful that you're allowing the auditorial to judge your opinion. Like if you're listening to aggressive music, you're playing so fast that everyone is just gonna like do the circle of death, which I've just coined, but it basically, just like going around and round and round in circles. No goals being scored. Everyone's just going in circles. I call that the circle of death. just like ants. I don't know if you've ever seen ants, but they, I saw that one video. They all circle around, and it's very chaotic. It takes energy to get out of that funk. Smart ants have to tell the other ants, "Hey, what are you doing?" So it's good, but you want to listen to the game. That's where you want to have your auditorial processing, is to basically you want to hear the energy flow that's happening in the game. And so by being quiet, not stimulating your senses, you're going to have a better judgment overall, right? Okay. And like listening to car placements too, like I know someone's going to be behind me if I hear a car driving up, and I can just hop if they're going to come demo me, or all that other kind of stuff, or like flip or whatever you got to do. But don't focus on that pressure, because don't stress yourself, guys. There's no point of doing that. Okay, so let's talk about the visuals. Okay, so basically it's like, what are we looking at? What is going on? And sometimes it's hard because you just want to get into the thick of it, and there's no sense of like trying to rationalize what's happening. Just kind of do your best, because there's short-term plays, there's long-term plays. It's like, how many games have you been in where it's like you're losing in the front end, and then you just come back and you make the win in the end? And it's like that energy flow will always change, and it's like sometimes people need to be in a losing position in order to have the best come out of them, right? So you don't want to be cocky with that energy. It's like and another thing too, it's like if all of a sudden I'm playing the game and I do a pinch, well, that might just inspire other people to do pinches, and maybe I can't play against that. So I have to take that out of my repertoire for the moment's notice, and only bring it out when it's necessary. Don't chase the actions that you're doing, because you want to kind of keep coy. You've got 5 minutes. Don't waste your energy, right? Be patient with the game. Stomp out that competition by focusing on the longevity. Okay, so, you can look at rotations. We talked about the March of Death, which I shouldn't call it the March of Death. I should call it the March of Boost, because that's what everyone's doing. They're sitting on the corners of the map, and they're grabbing all the boost they can, and it's just boost, and it's just March boost. So what you want to make sure to do, it's like, yeah, the topping off of your boost, having 100 boost is important, but you don't ever need that to do a save. I think I've limited myself to just only having one small boost pad in order to make every save I need, right? So, if you can understand that, and understand that you're constantly seeking boost, that's a big no-no, okay? Because that just goes to show you that you're just emotional, and you're just trying to fill your cups rather than implement strategy, right? Okay, so let's see. We've got play styles. Now, the play styles is the fun part. That's what we all come here for, the play styles. What's cool about the game? Pinches. What's cool about the game? Flip resets. What's cool about the game? Ghosting and having people just hate you because you're just chasing them around. Which I've done many, many times. It's hilarious. Like, I don't go for the demo. I just, like, go behind them, and then it's like the good players, like, oh my gosh, I've pulled this move off a few times, and I really need to do that more because it's a new move I just discovered. But like, if you chase the player, you're shaking up their energy, right? So if someone's sitting in net, right, they're gonna jump out of your way, and they'll be like, haha, nice bump, and then like, but you don't realize that you just messed with them, and now they have to react accordingly, and that's going to take them out of their strategic position because you're messing with them. So like sometimes I won't even like participate with like an offensive push, right? So let's say it's duos, right? And we got one of my guys is defending, and I guess my teammate is defending, and I'm in an offensive position, and he may be upset because I am like almost visually off sides, right? Like I'm not where he wants me to be, which would be for him to be more comfortable playing a defensive position, right? Because a lot of people get stuck into like, hey, focus on your rotations. That is a stupid look at Rocket League. I can't believe how many professional Rocket League players will say, focus on your rotations. No! It's about positioning, not rotations, positioning. Rotations is a way that you can do positioning, but it's not like the end-all be-all. Sometimes, if you're sitting offensively and you're just like, you're sitting next to an opponent and you're just like driving right next to him and you won't let up, you are literally shaking up his energy, and that might allow for the opponent's teammate, the one that's going to be on your teammate, because you're separated. And I'll go into this here in a minute while playing a live game. I'll show you what I mean. But like you're essentially allowing that your teammate that freedom to get past that one player, because that one player is chasing him, trying to get to that ball, right? But if you're sitting offensively, now all of a sudden you're in a better position for a pass play or a bump or something like that. So rather than trying to be like, hey, let's play basketball and let's run up and down the court, just stay off sides, because there's no penalty for it, right? I don't care if I'm sitting over here by net. My teammate could take a pot shot, a Sagittarius pot shot at the net, and all of a sudden I'm right here to redirect, right? So like I've had plays where it's like, like my teammate's over here at the boost, he's back at the corner boost, and I grab this boost, and then all of a sudden, I'm going up for the ball, and I get the redirect in the goal. So always try to help your teammate by staying away from their energy. Give them the trust that they deserve, because when you are on your teammate, you're not trusting your teammate. You're showing them that I'm here to be greedy. I'm here to take your time playing. And that's a big no-no. So try to focus on being away from your teammate as best as you can. And I mean that literally. Like if your teammate is going up for an aerial, does that mean that you like let's say my teammate is coming up here on this on the right side here, and I'm like kind of coming down the middle, right? And I'm like looking at him like, hey, are you gonna pass? Well, that's putting him in a really hard position, because then he's got to be good enough to know where you're at and know how to get it right to you. So sometimes what you want to do is be there for the rebound instead of being there for a pass. Be there for the rebound, because his energy is going to be too chaotic to get the ball into the net. And what's likely to happen is someone's gonna hit it from the right side or the left side, and it's gonna cross over. And then you can come here, and then all of a sudden now you still have possession over the ball, based off of that mistake that they made. Okay, sorry, I know that wasn't really play styles. It's more of like what you can and cannot do, or can do and don't have to do. Okay, so we have chasers. Okay, so how do you stop chasers? You pass the ball. Okay. Sounds pretty simple. Harder to do than what is spoken, because how many times do I play a game and I forget to pass the ball? all the time. All the time. It's like, why do I need to be a greedy prick and get all the goals? You're trying to put an effect on people that just shouldn't be there. Okay, so the next one is goalies, and the way you can stop them is either by demoing or bumping them, or if you're like me and you don't like to assert that sort of energy on the gameplay, because remember we talked about having moves, right? You have these moves that you can do by stopping that energy flow, right? But I don't need to bump you. I don't need to demo you. I just need to sit right by you, and that's going to make your anxiety go up, and you're going to want to, like, move. And that's going to get you out of position. So it's like sometimes you just kind of want to be like imagine the ball is my opponent. Sometimes you just kind of like want to be like right here, and that's going to affect him. Period. It's just going to affect him. And it's going to completely change up the gameplay, right? Okay, so then, all right, so now let's talk about my favorite, because I'm a Cancerian, is mirror, okay? Mirror. What is mirror? Mirror is, I am following an opponent, dragging alongside him, trying to mirror his energy, right? So this is a good play, and I see it all the time. And people will, you could call that chasing as well, right? But it's a little different than chasing, because chasing would mean that I am coming directly for the ball, right? But mirroring is like I see your energy and I'm going to match it. And it's way more of a threat, because that way, or in some factors, it's way more of a threat because, how do I put this? You're waiting for them to make the mistake, and you're prepared to react accordingly. So I know that if we're driving towards the net, like we're both driving towards the net, and he's going to grab boost, I'm just going to take it away. And so, like what I said, right, so the opposite of mirroring, in my opinion, or at least partly, is pinch plays. Now, what that does is it takes the ball and it gets it away, right? So now all of a sudden, both of us don't have the ball, and because I'm the one who just pinched it, hopefully I know where it's going to land, right? If I've got experience pinching, I know where it's going to land. Okay, so now let's talk about berserkers. I call them people who demo. Pretty simple. Just avoid them, but like don't be frightened by them, because ultimately they just need to work on their energies, and they're kind of being pathetic. Berserkers are people who like they'll chase you, they'll demo you, they just want to assert their dominance. And sometimes you can mess with them by letting it happen, letting them chase you, because if they continue to thrust that energy on you, they're predictable yet. Because that's the game that we're playing. It's strategic, right? So if someone is constantly being a berserker, they're being predictable, and you can tell what's going on. So you can mitigate that by influencing them, by changing up their ability to mess with you. Like, I don't care if you come demo me, because I can see that you're not going to score the goal or even affect me by demoing. In fact, you're going to put me in a better position. Like if I'm sitting in net and I see that they're on the opposite side and they're like, we got to stop this goalie, let's go for a demo. Maybe I just let it happen, because now all of a sudden he's out of position. I get in a better position. Like how many times do you take a demo in order to get boost and then go again? I've done it multiple times. Don't don't resort to using that move, but like sometimes I'm I'll like, let's say I'm in an offensive position, right? Okay, and I know that we're about to lose possession of the ball. Let's say both my teammate and I are pushing up on the offensive position. I'll specifically take a demo because that'll get me back to a defensive position. So it can be used, and on top of that, you get some boost from that, right? So let's say I'm 0 boost and I'm sitting on the offensive side instead of yeah. Anyways, you get my point, guys. You get teleported back, so that's kind of fun. But don't resort to it because that takes years and years and years of practice. And it's also a pathetic move, too, because it's a pathetic move by everyone, honestly. Okay, and then let's see. So now we got people who are aerial players. We talked about this before. People who want to drive up the wall. Always people driving up the wall. The more you drive up the wall, the more it drives me up the wall. Why do you not want to be on the wall? It's a good position to be in. Don't get me wrong, you can be there for pass plays. But when you're up on the wall, everyone sees you. And if you're in the air, you, like we talked about modalities, cardinal, fixed, and mutable. If you are in the air, you are fixed in the air. You are all of a sudden incapable of changing your energy in any form or fashion. You cannot stop on a dime. Okay? If I'm on the ground, all of a sudden I am way more unpredictable because I have boost. I can stop. I can smack my brake. I can move. I have I have a different sort of momentum. In the air is dangerous. In the air means my tires are off the ground. What car in real life has their tires up in the air? No one, because that's a chaotic and silly move, right? In real life, that could get you killed. So don't do that. Oh God, I shouldn't share this. This is really, really bad, guys. Please do not do this at home. Please do not do this at home. One time there's this bump on the street, and my cousin, who is a girl, by the way, fucking crazy bitch, excuse my language, she drove a car really fast over a bump, and we got air in the car. And I'm like, what? Another time it happened, a police driver was taking me home from swimming practice. Okay? Yeah. He did that move, and we went off into the ditch and broke a stop sign. So don't do that. If you're in the air, you're being dangerous. It might be exciting, right? It might be exciting, but it's dangerous. Okay? So be careful with that energy, guys, because you're gonna get yourself in trouble. You're gonna spend your energy in a really misbehaving way, and the rest of society will remember that forever, like the way that I remember this police driver who did that. Yeah. Messed up day. I can't believe I remember that happened. That just got immortalized twice in the cars. Anyways, so yeah, just be careful, So yeah, if you see people going in the air a lot, what you can do is you can try to steal their boost, because that's going to prevent them from doing aerials. But ultimately, just let them go up there, because truth be told, unless you're a high champ or a grand champ or a supersonic legend or whatever, you're not making that aerial, dude. Like, I don't care who you are. If you could do a flip reset every time, then you're a god. But like, I don't believe in it. I just, that from my point of view, I don't believe in it. I think that ultimately it's a risky move. It's like you look at FIFA, real life soccer, right? How many times do they keep the ball on the ground versus in the air? Because I've watched, and I go, well, why don't you just kick it all the way downfield? Why don't you just launch the ball? Just get it out of there. But they don't do that because the control is way more important. Possession is way more important because possession will get you to where you want to be. There are right moves to do and wrong moves to do. Okay, well, I'm going to stop this stream here because I feel like I've really incorporated a lot of different key aspects. Actually, the last thing we're going to go over is the energies that you can see out there, and there's only 3. Very, very easy to interpret, right? We've got cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Cardinal is passionate, initiating energy. Okay, what does that look like? How many times you take a shot at the net and it goes straight into the goalie's hand, or you come and you think you have a shot and you miss? Okay, that is cardinal energy. Okay, it's not a mistake. It's not a fake. It's cardinal energy. Okay, cardinal energy means that you are initiating something, right? And you don't see it all the way through. It is, you have the ability to see a play, but your excitement kind of gets in the way. You're passionate. You're initiating, but you're not seeing it through. Okay? So you're not missing. It's not a miss. You hit the ball. You knew that there was a potential for you to take a shot at the goal, right? But if you're missing the goal, then you know your problem. You're cardinal. Okay? So remember that. The next one is fixed. Now, what is fixed? Fixed are momentum players. Okay? A fixed modality is about momentum. So what does that look like? Well, anytime I'm in the air, I'm fixed. Okay? Generally speaking. Okay? Anytime I'm sitting still, like if I'm in the net, that's fixed. Anytime my behavior in a game doesn't change, if I'm always chasing the ball, you know, trying to have possession, if I want to be in control, I am fixed, and my momentum will take me out of play. I won't have the ability. Let's see. I won't have the ability to change my momentum, right? So you can get caught in your own world, and you think that the best thing for you to do is to continue, but ultimately you have to do the next step, which is a mutable modality, which is change your energy. Okay, you want to quote unquote end a cycle. Okay, now there are some people who end a cycle so often they never learn to initiate, like because ultimately all your moves, that's going cardinal, fixed, mutable, cardinal, fixed, mutable. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's basically what's going through your mind. Okay, so you're like, well, do I sit in net all game? Yes, it's a fixed position to be in, but in your head you're going, okay, well, when's the right time to push? 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 My ears are floppy. My ears are floppy. You know, like that's what's going through your mind, right? So remember that sometimes you end a cycle too quickly. Like I also see this all the time, right? Your partner goes up, he takes a shot, and let's say he's stuck in the mindset of always going through these rotations. So he grabs boost and he starts to drive back when the ball just like bounced right next to him, but he doesn't care. He's driving back already, and he's not paying attention, and he just took himself out of the gameplay when he could have gotten a rebound, right? So sometimes it's important for you to conserve your energy by staying in a particular spot But to keep your wits about you, you want to look around and make sure you know what's going on, because sometimes you're ending the cycle too early. You're taking yourself out of the gameplay, or you're not initiating yourself into the new energy. So, like, for instance, if I'm sitting in net or sitting as a goalie, maybe I have the decision where I need to go get boost, okay? Because all of a sudden I'm low boost and I put boost as a priority. If all of a sudden boost becomes a priority, because these things are super flashy. Love them. Super flashy, right? Love these motherfucking boosts. God, give me a hit of that boost. Ugh. Okay, so, like, these boosts are great, but you don't need them to make plays, and there's all these little boost pads that can get you where you need to be. Like, a lot of times, like, if I see my teammate driving towards the wall and I'm low boost, I'm going to be there to support him by pushing up, but I have to remember I'm low boost, so I can't offer him too much energy, so I'm kind of going to stay in the vicinity of being in the center. I'm going to, maybe I'll drive around and grab a few boost pads while he's doing his moves up the wall or whatever he's got to do. So just remember that if you get in the habit of grabbing these big boosts, that's bad, dude. It's bad because it's good. It's bad because it's good. If that makes sense? I don't know. Like, it's like, when you get these boosts, then you're stuck in that energy of coming to the sides, and that's not always a good thing. Okay, so that pretty much caps up the energies out on the field. Also, just a quick reminder, guys, when you focus on your gameplay and you're trying to learn, because that's what you're wanting to do, you want to learn about Rocket League, okay? That's what's going to make you a better player and more strategic. You need to learn what's going on. So, like, I always, like, if I watch RLCS or whatever the Rocket League Champions stuff is, I see some goalies that hang out above the net. It happens, right? So, and I'm guilty of this. I don't stay here enough, right? I could learn to be in this position, because this position feels far more effective than being here. Because if I'm here, the distance it takes for me to get to the top of the net is different than if I was, sitting right here. I could just, pop off, block that shot, or whatever. I'm not very keen or good at doing this, but it's not in my repertoire book. I feel uncomfortable being up here, because I'm basic and I'm not like the best Rocket League player out there. But, like, you want to mix up your energy. If you're constantly seeing yourself play in a specific play style and you're not getting any progress, then you have to discover and explore some new energies for yourself. You can't be stuck in a rut. Like, everyone's guilty of doing it, dude. Everyone's guilty of doing it. Like, you think that you're the best player, or you get caught up in your ego, or whatever's going on in your world, man, like, or woman. Yeah. Also, there are a lot, like, if I can just talk for a second, there are a lot of female Rocket League players, and they are very, very good. Like, they are very, very good. And I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for playing. I know, like, I know there's a lot of, like, angst against females in video games, but some of the females that I have played have been some of the best players out there. And when I play video games, I get caught in the mindset that it's only men playing out here, and that's not the case. There are a lot of females, and they're really talented, because I feel like they are, and maybe this is just my opinion, but I feel like they're a little bit more mutable. Like, they think about things more, and that makes them a better player. And because we're all in this playing field that's even, it is, like, I don't know. To me, it's a good It's a good, what do I say? I don't know. I just like that. I know there's females that play this game, and I think that they are very talented, because boys are stuck in cardinal energy and fixed energy a lot. At least this is my opinion, and I don't know if this remains true. I love to be corrected if this is not, but I feel like men are a little bit more cardinal and fixed, and women are a little bit more fixed and mutable. Again, don't know if that's the case. I'm sure I'm proven wrong. But, yeah, women are really good players because they see things differently, right? You know, men want to get stuck in, like, boost grabbing and things like that. At least I'm pretty sure. May not be the case, though. So, with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. You know, I hope you enjoyed my content and can learn something. And I think I'm going to end this stream now, and then I'm going to restart it, and we're going to go into some gameplay. So if you're watching this and you want to see a follow-up on some of the things that we've talked about, I'll give a little bit of my time to show you guys some videos there. So thank you again. And just, I don't need subscribers. I don't need viewers. I just want you guys to learn the lessons that I've had going through life. And I find, you know, astrology to be a good way to have fun in terms of understanding what's going around you and using astrological principles and things like that to determine personality types and help you understand the game and learn more. So that's kind of what we're here for. Sorry to get cringy on you. But you get my point. So, all right. Thank you very much, guys, for paying attention. And I'll see you later.